Lavery! Miss Lavery!
You as a senior witness, Mr. Baldwin.
How do you feel about capital punishment? Would you like to see Jerome fry like Duke did?
Why don't you just back off, or I'll fry you.
Fella, I'm just doing my job.
All right, everybody, please. I'd like to say something, and that is that we are very hopeful. And we're confident that when the jury hears the evidence we have against Victor Jerome, they will put him in jail for the rest of his life.
Do you really feel you have enough evidence?
Of course we have enough evidence.
Yes. But, this isn't going to bring my husband back, but I think it'll put Victor Jerome somewhere where he can't hurt anyone else again. Does he have a strong case against him?
That's enough. Let's have it.
That's all I ask. I just don't like it.
We have been over this. It's a good, solid case.
I don't think it is that good, and I don't think it is that solid.
Circumstantial. We have circumstantial evidence, and the court doesn't take kindly to that.
And believe me, Jerome's lawyer is going to pick holes out of this thing. Look, we have to face the fact that without Cindy's testimony, we got a great big hole in this.
I'm not arguing that we wouldn't be better off with Cindy's testimony, but it's not just random circumstantial evidence. We have a chain of events here.
Look, this is the only chance we have on this charge against Victor at this time, right? So why don't you ask for another continuance and give us more time to get more evidence?
You already asked the judge. They gave him till this afternoon.
Well, that was before we found out that Cindy was badly beaten. Ask again.
You're forgetting what we have here, okay? We've got motive. Duke's testimony hurt Jerome so badly that he lost face with his other mobsters. He had to retaliate with a hit.
But you can't just use motive.
I know that. We also have got contact between Victor and Malone. We've got his phone number and his name in Jerome's handwriting. We've got the Swiss bank account records. We've got the letter from Malone to his girlfriend explaining everything.
The judge is on his way into the courtroom.
Thanks. All right, it's time to fish or cut bait.
I say that we have enough to put Jerome away for the rest of his miserable life. But you are the one that's got it all on the line here. It's your call.
Well, we've come so far. Naturally, I would like to go in there with more ammunition, but we didn't have anything until that anonymous friend of ours came forward with some evidence, and perhaps they'll do it again if they see that we have good faith, we are determined to take Victor down.
Is it a go?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Take him down.
Look, we have some questions. We answer some questions, please.
Oh, no. I don't know how she can take anymore.
Well, if Scott does his job, she may not have to take anymore.
I never thought I would see the day when I would root for him to win. But I am. I sure hope he knows what he's doing.
Don't let her see you lose it, huh?
Fine. Maybe I shouldn't have come.
If you want to leave, I'll take you back to your hotel.
I feel like I should be here with my father.
You'd understand, Olivia, what he's saying.
I know, but he's got to have somebody on his side.
Very well.
I knew we'd be late, even though you did drive crazy getting us almost killed getting here. I did not. Would you just be quiet and try and help me get his attention? Scott, I should think you would not want to with the mess you've gotten yourself into. This hasn't been my fault. Oh, it never is. And Charlene, I tried to get Victor Jerome back his jewels, and I tried to get Scott to drop his case, but no one is cooperating with me. You should have gone to Commissioner Scorpio. If I had both of them, Scott and Victor Jerome would have wanted me dead. Get in there.
Well, all I can say is I hope Scott's a good lawyer. That other guy's got real mean eyes.
All rise.
Alicia said she was coming.
Take your seat.
Why do you suppose she's not here yet? Oh, now there's tales to be told. You wouldn't believe what happened.
Victor Jerome is capable of unmeasurable evil. His little hobbies consist of racketeering, prostitution, illegal gambling, and selling drugs to your children. The tentacles of Victor Jerome's family embrace every form of corruption known to mankind. On the other hand, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Duke Lavery's family consisted of a loving wife and a beautiful young stepdaughter. Duke Lavery was a good man. He was a courageous man. He infiltrated the mob and stood up to a jury just like you and pointed an accusing finger at Victor Jerome. But it wasn't enough for Victor Jerome to rip Duke Lavery's family apart. It wasn't enough for him to separate Duke Lavery from the two people that he loved most. But Victor Jerome wanted Duke Lavery dead, and not just any death. Victor Jerome may as well have lit the match that turned Duke Lavery right into a human firebomb. Just like that. In front of his beloved wife and their beautiful young stepdaughter.
It's certifiable. I don't know what he's trying to do to me. Shh, you're gonna get us thrown out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had hoped to provide you with testimony from a young woman, an eyewitness, who overheard Victor Jerome give direct orders to murder Duke Lavery. But you won't be hearing her testimony. You know why? Because last night she was beaten to a pulp and left for dead in an alley. Because today she lies in a hospital bed, unable to move. Because she knows, as we will prove to you, that Victor Jerome murders and maims anyone that stands up against him, just like he murdered Duke Lavery. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope, after listening to all the evidence, that you will return with a verdict of guilty of conspiracy to commit murder, with a recommendation that that animal receive the maximum punishment. Thank you.
Does the defense wish to make an opening statement?
Well, we certainly do. Ladies and gentlemen, this defense does not need to hide a weak case behind bombastic oratory. Mr. Baldwin spoke most movingly about a young woman, an eyewitness, I believe he called her. He told you much about what she would have told you, but he also said she would not be here to testify. He pointed out another eyewitness, Mr. Lavery's widow. I don't believe she'll be able to testify either, eyewitness or not, because she too has no proof that Mr. Victor Jerome was involved in Mr. Lavery's death. But there is one fact you must keep in your mind throughout this entire trial. Mr. Victor Jerome, under our law, sits here as a man presumed to be innocent, no matter what slanders Mr. Baldwin throws around, until there is absolute and incontestable proof to the contrary. Now, you'll find no proof in this trial because there is no such proof. Therefore, you are required by law and under our sacred Constitution to find Victor Jerome not guilty. Thank you.
Mr. Baldwin, you may call your first witness.
The prosecution wishes to call Officer Rollins as an expert witness.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
The prosecution's first two exhibits, the hotel stationery with Malone's name and number on it, and the letter from Malone's girlfriend about the Swiss bank account. Whose handwriting is on the hotel stationery?
It's the defendant's, Victor Jerome's.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. Samples of his handwriting have been compared.
And the letter Malone wrote about the Swiss bank account, is that his handwriting?
Malone's?
Yes.
Oh, it's definitely Malone's handwriting.
Thank you. No further questions.
That's great. You know, this is because Malone's, Victor Jerome's lawyer will never be able to break this whole man's testimony.
Just watch, honey. Just watch. Just watch.
May I? Thank you. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm a little confused here. Would you help me out?
Sure.
Well, show me just where it is. I can't seem to find it.
Can't seem to find what?
A reference in either of these documents to Duke Lavery or to any murder.
I can't.
Well, why not?
Well, the words aren't there. I mean, not specifically anyway, but the obvious
Just
inference
answer the
is...
question, yes or no. Do these so-called prosecution exhibits refer specifically to Duke Lavery or to his murder?
No, they don't.
Thank you very much. No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Call your next witness, Mr. Baldwin. Your Honor, the prosecution's next witness is an Agent Carver of the Federal Witness Protection Program. He's coming in from Washington, and unfortunately, his plane has been delayed.
I'll give you a half-hour recess, Mr. Baldwin.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Yeah. Scotty. Victor's lawyer's not too shabby, and I know why you're calling Carver, too. But I'm telling you, he doesn't have any specific knowledge of any direct connection between Duke and Jerome. Believe me.
Yes,
I mean, the defense is going to kill him.
I know that he is punching holes in my case here, but I have got to associate Victor Jerome's name with Duke Lavery's death as much as possible. Get that right on the record. That's all I've got right now. Excuse me just a minute.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm sorry.
You crazy? What are you doing getting here in the corner like this? Are you nuts?
No, I am not nuts. Of course not.
Does anybody know where Felicia is?
Oh, she got a very important letter. Liz Colton did, and she just rushed off the minute I gave it to her.
Hey, Hannah, how's it going?
Well, it's going.
Did you hear from Robert yet?
Yeah, a little while ago. He was mostly concerned how Anna was holding up.
How's Catherine? Did she come to you?
No, the way he talked doesn't sound good. Anyway, he's going to stay at the hospital until she wakes up.
Agent Carver, did Agent Malone ever confess that he worked for Mr. Jerome?
No. When we interrogated him, he denied everything. But he was lying.
I suppose that he had agreed to a lie detector.
We didn't use a lie detector. But he lied to Lavery about my phone call.
You're very sure of your ability to judge a man's character, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I am. I've been in this business for quite a few years. But you don't have to take my word for it alone, because Police Commissioner Robert Scorpio also agrees that Malone lied during the interrogation.
Robert Scorpio. I wonder if that's the same Robert Scorpio that was formerly married to Mrs. Lavery.
You know he was.
Matter of fact, they have a child together. And isn't he a close friend of the Lavery family?
Yes.
Therefore, it's his opinion that closely corroborates yours that is professionally detached?
I think it is.
You think? Do you ever have another chance to interrogate Mr. Jerome?
You mean Mr. Malone?
Mr. Malone.
No, I didn't.
Why not?
He was killed.
Oh, shot down. Another one of Mr. Baldwin's numerous witnesses who cannot testify. Tell me, Mr. Carver, why wasn't Mr. Jerome charged with Mr. Malone's murder as well?
You know the answer to that.
It's because you know who killed him. You have all the facts, Mr. Carver, and it wasn't Mr. Jerome, was it? Now, come. Who shot and killed Mr. Malone?
Robert Scorpio.
Order. I have no further questions for Agent Carver.
Very well. You may step down. Your next witness, Mr. Baldwin?
Mr. Baldwin, I have got...
You can't go in
I
here.
beg your pardon. I am a secretary, not a
The
criminal.
court
You
is
take
already
your
in
hands
session.
I said I will not tolerate any disturbances. What's going on back there? Your Honor, it's my secretary.
I tell you right now, I know the chief of police. You
Lavery.
just take your hands right over. See?
What's up?
I thought this was important.
Thank you. Your instincts were right. We just got another little present from our anonymous friend.
After what Lavery just did to Carver, you better hope this works.
Mr. Baldwin, this is a courtroom, not a conference center.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Then call your next witness.
Your Honor, I have just received information on a new witness. I'm going to need some time to find him.
Your Honor, I object to this grandstanding by the prosecution. The defense has a right to know the name of any new witness that might be brought in.
Oh, I think you know. I think you know him very well, Victor. He was your bodyguard and your right-hand man. Phil Leone. Ring a bell?
Your Honor, this is highly irregular.
Your Honor, it's going to get a little more irregular. We have supplied plenty of evidence on how difficult it is to get a witness in here to testify against Victor Jerome. I would like to request that Mr. Jerome and his attorney be sequestered until I can subpoena my witness and get them in here.
Your Honor, you're not going to authorize this insanity.
I think that Mr. Baldwin has sufficient grounds for his request. Bailiff, please hold these two gentlemen incommunicado until I release them. And Mr. Baldwin, you will make this recess as brief as possible.
Yes, Your Honor.
All rise.
It doesn't matter what they expect. They're going to get nothing.
I still don't like it, Victor.
Relax. Don't worry about Phil. He's like a son to me.
So's Duke Lavery.
Olivia, sweetheart, listen, I hope all this isn't too upsetting for you.
Oh, Daddy, I'll be fine as long as I know you're okay.
I tried to convince Olivia that she would be more comfortable back at the hotel. Under the best of circumstances, a courtroom can be stressful.
Sweetheart, maybe your doctor is right. It's hard enough for me to have to listen to these trumped-up charges about hurting a man I love like he was a part of the family. It must be terrible for you.
Oh, but please don't make me leave, because I would feel even worse if I didn't know what was happening. I'm always so much better when I'm close to you. You know that.
Oh, sweetheart, your daddy's a lucky man to have a daughter as loyal as you are. All right. You stay as long as you want, but you gotta promise me not to worry.
You say so.
I say so. And don't concern yourself with any of this nonsense that Baldwin has invented about Phil. I can't imagine what this little man is hoping to prove.
But he seems so sure of himself.
Baldwin is a born fool. Phil's testimony can't help him win his case. Phil doesn't know any more about Duke's unfortunate accident than I do.
This informant gave us Cindy, so maybe we will get quite a lot out of Phil. I don't know. How's Catherine?
Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for her, too. Between the both of you, I'm running out of fingers.
She has to pull through. It'll be fine.
Has Sean given you a stout shoulder to lean on?
Yeah. I wish I could be there with you. You know, I'm sure you could use a shoulder about now.
You're right about that. Doctors around here got me half scared to death. I hope that your appearance in the courtroom is having a similar effect on Victor.
She wasn't badly burned or anything, was she?
No, something like that. However, she was on a pretty thin supply of fresh air there for a while. They took some tests this morning, and I feel they're not too happy with the results.
What do you mean?
Well, there's an outside chance, not that I believe in this just yet, but there's a chance that she was deprived of oxygen for too long. It seems that if she pulls through this, she may not be quite the same.
Oh, my God. You mustn't think that. You must believe everything's going to be all right.
Yeah. I'm doing my best.
No comment! No comment! Whoa!
Wow. Oh, dear. Oh, thanks. How many hours combined do you think you and I have spent hanging around a courthouse?
I used to resent it in the old days, especially when I was drawing a salary. But now that you and I are charging our clients by the hour, it's not too bad.
No. I hope that new lead pans out.
I hope so, too.
Lewis has got us subpoenaed as an APBF of Phil right now.
Congratulations.
Well, I'd feel a lot better if we had him in custody. Fortunately for us, Phil doesn't know that anybody's looking for him, so they should be able to find him pretty quick. You mind if I have a couple of slivers of that orange?
Yeah. Take a look at this note again. Louis, get any prints off this?
No, I screwed up. I let too many people touch it.
Well, that's understandable since you had to wing it out there in front of the judge.
That was really good, you getting Victor and his lawyers sequestered. Excellent.
Good thinking. Yeah, I sure would like to know who our little anonymous benefactor is, though. It's got to be someone very close to Victor. I wonder what he did to earn so much hatred.
I don't really care. I just hope that his information is correct.
Yeah. Be nice to see Victor squirm for a change if it is, right, Anna? Anna, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
You care to share your thoughts with us?
I'm just thinking about Robert and Catherine.
Yeah, oh, hey, listen, Louis, one more thing. I want you to get me a complete rundown on Phil Leone's movement since he got out of prison. Right, I want anything that you can tell me about him. Anything at all, Louis, you got it? Okay, and call me here. The number, yeah, it's 555-2199. Right, okay. All right, Louis, goodbye.
He's grasping at straws.
Louis said that the cops had gone out to pick up Phil where they think he might be.
Here at Port Charles?
Yeah, his girlfriend's house, the edge of town. I'll tell you something. Victor Jerome must be mad as a pit bull from hell.
Yeah, especially since it's been sequestered in the courtroom under guard.
Yeah. What about the letter? You guys figure anything else about it?
No. Whoever it is that sent it really wants Victor to go down for maximum sentence. Whoever it is.
A judge has the right to have me guarded in this room and sequestered away, right in this courtroom.
He does, yes.
But they're treating my father like a common criminal, Mr. Lavery. Daddy, I think everything's going to be all right.
I know it will be, sweetheart. What I want to know is why they decided to call Phil now.
I don't know. I know it wasn't part of Baldwin's original game plan. I'll be right back.
What are you doing?
I want to see Mr. Baldwin.
I'm not worried about Phil. And my faith in you makes me know that justice will be done.
Okay, that's great, Louis. Thanks a lot. Goodbye. Damn it!
What happened?
Well, since Phil got out of prison, they haven't had none of surveillance, so they know nothing about his movements. And the car that went out to pick him up hasn't radioed in yet. Everything takes so long. We've been in here for a week.
It doesn't take so long. It's been half an hour, 35 minutes or so.
Yeah, well, it seems like a week. Now, what about this? I'm going to present this. Come in. We have a chance, please.
I want to talk to you, Baldwin.
Oh, yeah? What's up?
Defense, I have a right to know what you hope to gain by calling on Mr. Jerome's bodyguard.
Well, Larrabee, we're going to put our buddy Phil up on the stand. He's going to tell us all about Jerome's plot to kill Duke Lavery.
You must be dreaming, Baldwin.
No, it's going to be your nightmare, pal.
What's happening inside there? What's going on?
Did you see his expression?
Worried. He's a worried person.
He's surprised that Leon's in the picture at all.
I'm telling you, he's running scared.
Yeah. Well, Phil and Victor were very close. I mean, if anybody knows anything, Phil does.
The question is, will the man talk?
That's a good question. And if he does, crack this case wide open.
Baldwin is whistling in the dark, calling Phil.
He's got nothing concrete, no confession, nothing on tape.
He's got nothing. High hopes, maybe. That's all.
That's what I thought. Phil's a loyal man, loyal to me.
I know.
He'd never talk. I don't know what Baldwin's got in mind. Well, maybe he's just putting on a big show for his friends over there. He'd be crazy to try and win this case. He knows what I would do to him and his girlfriend if he ever did.
Bring in Phil Leone. He's the next witness for the prosecution.
Scott.
Yeah, what's up?
Scott, why don't you call for another recess? That way you can question Phil before you put him on the stand. This is your only chance. Now, if you blow it, Victor walks.
Listen to me. If I ask for another recess, the judge is going to throw me and my case right the hell out of here.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help your God?
I do.
You may proceed, Mr. Prosecutor.
Well, he seems awful certain of himself.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like you to take note that this gentleman is a hostile witness. Phil. That's your name. Can I call you Phil? Thank you. Phil, when did you get out of prison?
Let's see. Sometime in April.
It was the end of March.
Yes.
It wasn't April.
March, sir.
Why don't you tell us what you've been doing since you got out of prison?
I've been trying to go straight.
Oh, yeah? By doing what?
Odd jobs.
Odd jobs, huh? Like for Victor Jerome?
No.
Have you seen Victor Jerome since you got out?
No.
Well, what kind of odd jobs have you been doing?
I haven't done any yet.
You just told us you've been doing odd jobs.
Well, I should have said I'm willing to do odd jobs.
For who? Anybody?
Yes.
How about Victor Jerome?
No. I haven't seen Victor Jerome in months until I walked into this courtroom a few minutes ago.
You sure, Phil?
Absolutely.
You know, you're under oath.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness has already given his answer. Why does he have to give it over and over again?
Your Honor, every time I ask a question, I keep getting a different answer.
Objection overruled. Proceed, Mr. Baldwin.
Did you know Duke Lavery?
I met him a couple of times, yeah.
Did you know him?
Really know him?
Yeah.
No. He was a big shot in the organization. I wasn't.
Did you and Victor Jerome discuss Duke Lavery a lot?
No, I just told you I was small potatoes.
No, you didn't, Phil. You really didn't say that at all.
Look, hell, I don't even know why I'm here.
Mr. Leone, you'll confine yourself to just answering the question.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you why you're here, Phil. I'm now introducing new evidence. People's Exhibit C. If Francis seen it, there's a copy in front of you, Your Honor. I'm going to pass these out to the jury. I want you to all take a look at this. Pass that down. Phil, you have the honor of holding the original. It's gone to the police lab, checked for fingerprints, so feel free to look it over.
Look, who sent this to you?
I don't know, Phil. It's anonymous.
An anonymous letter, Your Honor. How can that be entered as evidence? Any crackpot could have written this.
Your Honor, the last crackpot that sent me some evidence led me to a witness who was so badly beaten up she's unable to appear in this courtroom.
You're on thin ice here, Mr. Baldwin.
Sorry to say, yes.
I know.
Your Honor, someone sent me this letter. I couldn't pick this man out in a crowd of one before I got this letter. I am convinced that he was involved in a conspiracy to kill Duke Lavery.
Your Honor, we have a witness on the stand who has paid his debt to society and is trying to go clean in this world. The prosecution is browbeating this witness.
Unless you can produce more evidence to link Mr. Leone to the case before me, I suggest that you step down and allow the defense counsel to cross-examine.
Your Honor, I reserve the right to redirect.
Well, of course, Mr. Baldwin.
Thank you.
This court will come to order.
You testified that you were small potatoes in the Jerome organization.
That's right, sir.
Did you know that he was exonerated in New York?
Yeah, I read about it in the papers. I didn't think it was any kind of crime syndicate either, sir.
Of course, but you're aware there's always some rotten apples in any large organization.
Scott.
Were you one of these?
When Jerome was on trial, he was allowed to visit his daughter Lydia in hospital. I saw him there. Why don't you ask Phil if he happened to go to General Hospital, you know, around that time, late March, early April?
Do you have any idea who could have sent this note to our assistant district attorney?
No, I don't. Somebody doesn't like me, I guess.
Well, just still, do you have any idea who could have sent this note?
No, sir.
So as far as you know, the only reason why you're here today is because of this note.
Yes, sir.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
Do you wish to redirect, Mr. Baldwin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Leone isn't helping Scott Baldwin's case, is he?
No, he's not.
Phil, have you had any occasion to go to General Hospital in the last couple of months?
General Hospital?
That's what I said, Phil.
What, here in Port Charles?
I'm asking the questions. Have you been to General Hospital in the last couple of months?
No.
Well, I have reason to believe you have been there on a number of occasions with Victor Jerome when he was visiting his daughter.
Look, I haven't seen Victor Jerome since I got out.
Olivia! Everyone will remain
Seated. This court is still in session. Everyone includes you, Mrs. Lavery. If everyone doesn't take his seat, I will cite each of you for contempt of court.
Just stay here, right?
Order! Order in this court! This court will come to order!
I want to find out what's going on.
Your Honor, I would like a recess, please.
It's all right, Olivia.
Oh, God.
What came over you? What was this all about?
I just need a minute, okay? Just leave me alone for a minute.
Olivia, tell me. Tell me. Tell me right now.
I cannot go against my father.
What?
No matter what he's done, I cannot go against him.
What is going on in here? You put her on the stand. Phil Leone is lying, and she knows something that can tie her father to Duke's murder.
Anna, no.
No, it's right.
No, Anna. We are already in the toilet in there. We put Olivia on the stand, and she could turn out to be the star witness for her father.
Olivia, what exactly did you mean?
Easy, Scott. My patient is in no shape to be questioned.
Oh, well, she knows something.
Anna, I'm not going to argue with you about that, but as her doctor, I'm telling you
don't give me
she's in
this
no shape to
invalid
be
stuff because
questioned.
she's been faking it from the start.
Faking or not, at this moment, my patient is close to a collapse.
Please take me.
It's all right. Take it easy.
All right, listen. I'm going to ask for a recess. I'm going to tell the judge I'm going to put Olivia on the stand tomorrow morning. Will you back me up and tell her that she can't testify right now?
Yes, Scott.
Okay, go and ask the judge.
Right. Olivia, I'm going to take you back to the hotel.
What's going on in
Can you make it out to the car with me? Sean, could you get that door for me?
Yeah. Please, no pictures, huh?
Mr. John, he's back in bed.
Hey. Let's not get our hopes up, huh?
It couldn't get any worse, could it?
It could. Come on, let's go in the courtroom, see how Scott is doing with the judge. Come on.
I hope this works.
Me too.
Your Honor, I'm going to have to ask for an adjournment until tomorrow morning.
For what purpose?
I would like to put Olivia Jerome on the stand.
What?
Is she present? Why not put her on the stand now?
Your Honor, her doctor, Dr. Hardy, feels as though she is unable to testify today.
Harry, find out what this is about.
Your Honor, may I approach the bench? The prosecution actually wants to put Miss Jerome on that stand?
Yes, Lavery, I do.
Another hostile witness? You didn't get very far last time, did you?
Well, I may not enter her as a hostile witness.
Well, from what I know, she has partial amnesia.
We are only interested in what she remembers, not what she's forgotten.
Your Honor, the defense may insist on knowing whether Miss Jerome is fit to testify or not.
You will get that information. That's why I'm listening to her doctor and not putting her on the stand right now.
I've heard enough of this for now, and I'm going to rule on this. I will allow you to put Miss Jerome on the stand tomorrow. However, and hear me well, Mr. Baldwin, you must stop filibustering and grandstanding and turn the case over to the defense if Miss Jerome does not provide pertinent evidence. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well, then. This court is adjourned until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
All rise.
Can he get away with this?
Yes, he can.
Lucy.
Stay away from me, you are nuts.
What are you talking about? Am I nuts?
Could you hold for a picture, Mr. Baldwin?
Mr. Baldwin.
Just one.
What is going on with Victor Jerome's daughter? Why
No comment. Court.
Well, honey, maybe Olivia can help. Help him what? Help him what? Yeah, she can get us a pair of cement overshoes. Oh, calm down. I'll tell you some nice news about Colton. Do you want to hear anything about Colton?
Lucy,
Really, I know.
Could you turn this way, please?
No, I don't want any pictures with that man.
Well, listen to me, listen to me. Come. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay.
Everything's going to be okay. Do you know what you're doing, Scott? You are signing our death warrant.
How do you feel about the way things are going?
I don't know. I've sort of got mixed feelings about it, really, you know. Scott put this witness on the stand, and really it was just a disaster. He was better for the defense than for the prosecution. And now...
Now what?
He wants to put Olivia on the stand.
What?
I know it's too complicated for me to go into right now, but she stood up in court and she got hysterical and she ran out and she said that she didn't want to hurt her father. So she knows something. And what it is, you know, just going to have to try and find out.
Sounds like Scott's playing the long shots.
Oh, she's dancing up a storm.
But what does Sean think?
Sean is very worried about what Scott's doing. And he's extremely concerned about having Olivia as witness for the prosecution.
Does Scott have any idea what his witness is going to say?
No. We can't talk to her until tomorrow morning. Tom says she's in a bad shape.
You don't sound too good yourself.
I'm all right. How's Catherine?
Oh, she's going to be just fine.
Really? That's great.
Listen. Just keep it all together. I won't be long.
I will. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you for calling.
My problem is I can't question Olivia until tomorrow morning.
And we have no idea what the woman is going to say. As I said before, she could turn out to be a star witness for her father.
She said no matter what her father's done, she can't go against him.
Which means that she knows something.
Right. So you have to put her on the stand so she can tell what she knows.
Yeah, but what if we get her up on the stand and she says something that we don't want to hear?
Well, why don't you decide that before you put her on the stand tomorrow morning?
You know, even if she lies, even if she denies what she said, we can all testify because we heard her.
It's still a big risk.
You have to take that risk. Look, that man isn't slipping through the system again. Robin, come on, please. Come on. Come on, Robin, it's 8:30. Come on, hurry up.
No, it's 8:30.
Yeah, well, we've got to go. Come on. Listen, Matt, don't you feel well? You've got to hurry
Yeah, I
up.
feel fine. I feel fine.
What?
I think I should stay home from school today.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. See, there's lots of things on TV about the trial.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you about that when you get home from school, okay? Keys.
But I don't get home till later tonight.
Yeah, that's why we send children to school. Haha.
Oh, very funny. Yeah. But you didn't tell me about Olivia last time.
Oh, what's Matt supposed to tell you about Olivia?
She made that big scene in front of the courtroom.
Not jacket? Okay.
No. Well, what was it about, anyways?
Oh, I don't know. We're going to find out today. Yes.
She's not going to hurt us anymore, is she?
Oh, no, darling. No, she's never going to hurt us again. In fact, I think she's going to help us.
Help us?
Yeah. You see, Scott Baldwin, he thinks that her testimony against Victor, well, it's going to strengthen his case.
But she's his own daughter.
Okay, kiddo, we gotta hit the road.
Okay. Yeah, this jacket, look.
Yeah, that's
good.
That's lovely. Good. Okay.
Captain Lewis is waiting out back,
okay,
chum.
okay. I'm going to make it up to you, I promise you, as soon as this is over, all right? We'll spend some time together, okay? Yeah. What?
All I want is not to be sad anymore.
We're not going to be sad anymore, okay? We're going to win this case.
Duke, right?
Yeah, for Duke.
For Duke.
Yeah.
You have a good day.
Okay.
Now go.
Bye. Bye.
Are you sure I should wear this jacket? Nice.
No comment right now. No.
Excuse me. Scotty, where the hell have you been? Did you talk to Olivia yet?
No, they won't commit it right now.
Look, if you don't have any luck with her, what are your chances of winning?
Sean, it's not locked up yet. I still got a chance.
Is that what I tell Robert?
Robert, he's in Los Angeles.
No, wrong. His plane lands in a couple of hours. I want to know.
Give him my best.
I intend to. Why don't we make this a package deal? I'd like to question Olivia myself.
It's my case. I'll handle it. Thank you anyway.
Tom, I'm so happy you're here.
I'm here because I'm concerned for you. Remember that.
I must seem pretty nervous.
No one is pressuring you. Try to relax, okay?
No. I asked for a private talk, Tom.
That's entirely up to my patient. Olivia?
It's okay.
All right.
Make yourself comfortable.
I don't know why I agreed to talk to you. I have nothing to say.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think you have plenty to say, if you'll say it.
What's that supposed to mean?
That little number in the courtroom yesterday really got my attention. Why did you run out like that?
I was upset.
Was it because you heard something in the testimony that you didn't want to hear? Maybe a lie?
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. It. What is it?
Even if I did remember something, Scott, I would never do anything to hurt my father.
Even if I did remember something. Well, there's a hot statement if ever I've heard one.
Mr. Baldwin, court's ready to reconvene.
In a minute! Miss Jerome, I'm going to put you up on the stand. I have no choice. And I expect you to tell the truth, the whole truth, and if you don't, I will pull it out of you. And I guarantee you, it won't be much fun. After that, they're going to arrest you for withholding evidence, contempt of court, and accessory to murder. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mr. Baldwin.
I heard you! And we heard everything, didn't we?
I thought you were going to hide out in your hotel room. I couldn't stand it. I had to be here.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Don't say that.
Poor Lucy, she looks like she's about to become unglued.
Well, I think she's here to bask in Scott's glory. Is that what you call it?
Are you holding up, Anne?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm fine.
Good, good. Of course, why wouldn't you be?
You seem awfully confident, Scott.
I've never felt more confident.
All rise for His Honor Judge Howard Farley, presiding in the case of the People versus Victor Jerome.
I will remind the witnesses who have already testified that they are still under oath. And I would caution the spectators not to interrupt these proceedings with any outbursts of the kind we suffered yesterday, or those who do will be removed from this courtroom. Prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good, then proceed.
I would like to call my first witness, Miss Olivia Jerome.
Jerome?
Jerome. Olivia. We are here attempting to find out if a man is guilty or innocent of a charge of murder. A serious charge, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Then you understand the necessity to get to the truth, the whole truth.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And I'm convinced that with your open honesty, we will achieve that goal.
Get on with it, Counselor.
Olivia, I'd like to find out a little bit about your relationship with the accused. Do you love your father?
I love my father very much.
You say that without any reservations at all.
father with all my heart.
The witness will please speak a little louder.
I love my father with all my heart.
Olivia, you say that with such intensity, such passion. It would be very difficult for you to do or to say anything that would hurt your father.
I could never hurt my father.
No, of course not. But yet, you're on the stand right now. Why? Is it to show loyalty, or is there something that you want to tell us?
No, I don't have anything to say.
What about yesterday? Why did you run out of the courtroom in tears?
I don't want to talk about that.
About that? What does that mean? About that?
I can't say any more.
Is there more to say, Olivia?
No, there's not.
Let me help you. Tell the court what you told me a few minutes ago when we were having the talk about remembering something. You remembered something. What was it?
Objection, objection. Prosecution is leading this witness.
Sustained. I'll put it another way, Olivia. Yesterday, we had a witness on the stand, a Phil Leone. He was an employee of your father's. Now, he said something that provoked a violent reaction in you. What was that?
I remembered his voice.
From a previous encounter?
Yes.
Prosecution is now badgering this witness.
I am attempting to find the reason why she is reluctant to explain her behavior, Your Honor.
Proceed, Counselor.
What about Phil Leone? What did he say? Was it maybe a lie about something?
No, it wasn't a lie.
What wasn't a lie?
When he said the word hospital.
Hospital? What about the hospital?
When I heard Phil's voice, I remembered hearing it before. When he was at the hospital with my father.
Why don't you tell the court about that? How did that make you feel, Phil and your father together at the hospital?
I was very weak. And I heard them talking.
Talking? What were they talking about?
I was very sick.
But you weren't that sick that you didn't hear voices.
Voices.
Voices?
Yeah, Phil and my father's.
What were they saying?
They thought I was asleep. I heard everything they said.
What did you hear, Olivia?
They were talking about Duke Lavery.
What were they saying about Duke Lavery?
They were planning Duke Lavery's death.
Did you hear
Order in this courtroom. Order.
Miss Jerome, could you be a little bit more specific? What were Phil's words to your father?
He said Malone's all set to kill Duke Lavery.
Miss Jerome. Miss Jerome, it's my belief that you lashed out at your father as a means of getting revenge.
Revenge? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's a known fact that you had a relationship with Duke Lavery. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember anything like that.
Well, isn't it true that you and Lavery were lovers?
No. I mean, well, yes. Am I supposed to remember that?
Oh, come on now, Mr. Jerome. I mean, it's not that hard to remember all those romantic moments, those wonderful times in Port Charles and here in New York.
Oh, this is like a nightmare.
Objection, Your Honor.
You were so in love with him, you even thought you were going to have his baby.
Olivia Jerome's relationship with Duke Lavery is irrelevant.
It is relevant and essential to establish Miss Jerome's motive to lie. Miss Jerome wanted to avenge her lover's death by accusing her own father of murder.
Order in this courtroom. Does the defense counsel have any further questions?
No further questions of this witness. I believe now we have made our point.
And if this is getting too rough for you, we can always leave.
No, I won't want to go. I have to stay here and listen to this.
Anna.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had no idea Lydia's testimony would get so personal.
Why did you let Lavery get so far?
It's all right. I don't care what is said if we nail that man.
That's all I want to hear.
I just want Robin to find out about this.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I'll put a gag order on the press. I'll request a thing.
Will that work?
If it was up to me, I'd lock up every reporter in town until this trial was over with.
No, that would work.
Until further notice, I ordered the members of the press to refrain from reporting any of these proceedings.
Thank you,
This court stands adjourned until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
All rise.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
No! My own little girl. Flesh of my flesh. Turning on me like a virus. Did I ever let myself get sucked in by Duke and Anna Lavery?
Mrs. Lavery is not answering any questions.
They're like a pack of wolves.
Lavery fed them just enough to make them hungry.
Anna, I'm really sorry about what happened.
Yeah, I know you are.
But I really think that the jury was affected by Olivia's testimony.
Who wasn't?
And I also think they're going to believe that Phil and Victor had planned to kill your husband.
I just hate having Duke's name dragged through the mud after all this. Yeah. I'd like to have got up on the stand.
Oh, come on, Anna.
No, I could have just told them what was going on.
Anna, the important thing is that we put Victor away for the rest of his miserable life.
You know, Anna, we sometimes get impatient with our system of justice, but it usually works out in the end. Just give it a chance.
I know I'm counting on that.
Yeah, but all this waiting around, not knowing.
We'll know soon enough.
I'm going to go home. I want to see Robin.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Sam.
See you later, Scott.
Now, is there any
No comment, no question. No comment.
Hi,
Lynn.
so glad you're home.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah. Robin's finishing her homework, and I have a nice dinner, almost ready.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I'll let her know you're home.
Hey. Hey, come on. Don't let down now. It's almost over with.
Olivia knew exactly what she was doing. She knew Victor's lawyer would bring up the fact that she'd slept with Duke.
Hey, come on, Ann. I know it was painful, but the judge did put a gag order on the press. So I don't think we have to worry about Robin finding out that way.
Hope to God she doesn't.
There's no reason why she should. Look, the most important thing right now is that Olivia's testimony could very well put Victor away for good.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Sean.
Hi, sweetie pie. Look at you, shorts and all.
Do you have homework and everything?
Yeah, but I had a little trouble with the math. But
Is that old math or new math?
We don't do old math. That was ages ago.
Seems only like yesterday.
So how'd it go?
Oh, it was interesting.
But you're going to tell me like you promised.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, but you won't. I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, did something bad happen?
Well, actually, honey, something very good happened. You see, Victor Jerome's daughter testified against her father.
She did? Why?
Well, nobody knows for sure, but I think it's really going to help the case against Victor.
You understand
Oh, man, probably one of those awful reporters.
Whoa. I'll take that. Reporters are my meat today. Lavery resident.
If this is going to help the case, why don't you look happier?
Oh, I'm just tired. I'm just
Oh, I see.
I'm tired of people lying. I'm just tired of the whole thing.
Did Olivia say something bad about you or Duke?
You know what? It doesn't matter what people say about you, as long as you know what the truth is.
All right, Scotty, thanks for the call. Right. Yeah.
Oh, was that Scott? What did he say?
I guess Olivia's testimony turned out better than we thought.
Yeah?
Scott just heard from Malone's girlfriend.
Cindy?
The one who didn't want to testify?
Right. Well, she's changed her mind. She's coming to Port Charles to testify.
She is?
Is that good?
That's brilliant.
Really?
That means it could soon be over, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I give you even odds.
Even odds? Yeah, what? Are you a betting man?
Of course I'm a betting man. I always back the winner.
Oh, give us some more.
I have to visit Lavery right now. What about it? Come on, we have to talk to her. No, we want a story now.
Oh, what a bunch of rowdies.
Trying to get themselves noticed.
Yeah, let them do it without stomping on our flowers.
Oh, Lynn, I want them to stay in the front. That way Cindy can get in the back way.
That poor girl, Victor Jerome's man, tried to beat up, right?
Yeah. She's going to testify.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So Scott's going to bring her around here to stay because it's safer.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I don't know.
Felicia, she's on the phone in here, and she said she has a big surprise for us.
Got more scoops than I can handle today.
I don't know. If it's good news, perhaps we should hear it.
She said she wants to talk to us in person.
Oh. Well, got a little while before Scott gets here. Well, tell her to meet us at the townhouse.
Oh, great. Does that mean I get to see Daddy and Catherine?
I'm going to sit down.
Okay, I'll go tell her.
Catherine must be feeling better.
I certainly hope so. They flew all the way back here, you know, just to see me today. So at least I can go around there, welcome them home.
Hello. Hi, Daddy.
What a wonderful homecoming visit.
Oh, I miss you so much. Where's Catherine?
Oh, she's upstairs.
Oh.
It's nice to be missed then.
Well, I missed you.
Oh, I missed you, sweetie.
Oh, goodness. How's Catherine?
Physically all right, emotionally, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Here it's rough at the front these days.
Oh, did you hear about what happened today? Olivia gets up on the stand and then she tells the whole court that she and Duke were lovers.
Yeah, I heard that.
I don't think I've ever been so humiliated in my whole life.
Well, until this mess sorts itself out, I'm open 24 hours a day.
Oh, I wish you'd been there. Just wish you'd been there. I know. Oh, hi, how are you?
Little eyes aren't developed yet. See, they've got to get bigger, then they change colour.
They change color. Blue.
Hello, Jenny.
Oh, finally got yourself a job.
I'm on trial.
Very well.
No, it's a glorious day. It's a wonderful day. What's so great about it? I'll tell you what's great about it. You're going to be a bridesmaid if you want to be. Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, my
Next
God.
week, Friday.
Really?
Well, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, we'd like you to be part of the wedding. Yeah, I think I can get away. Great.
Actually, Sean's going to be the best
And why
man,
not? It's
and
free.
if you'd like to, we'd like to have you be the matron of honor.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I'd like to be. Thank you.
Oh, that's going to be great.
But for me...
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm
congratulations.
sorry, I don't mean to be so intrusive and all. Colton and I have been waiting for this day for such a long time. We just sort of blurted in here without even thinking about your feelings.
I'm happy that someone's so happy, and I'm very thrilled for you. I'm very happy. Don't be embarrassed, really.
Well, we'd like for you to come to the wedding. We'd like to have your best wishes.
Well, I'd love to come. It doesn't look like you and Colton are going to need any best wishes. It's pretty obvious to me and the rest of the world that you and Colton are very close.
Well, we're perfect for each other.
I think so. Yeah. I really envy you, with it must be a wonderful and a comforting feeling to know that there are no surprises ahead with this man.
Thank you very much.
No, I don't think so. Thank you.